Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. A hunting we will go. And Rodrigo.
Troll season! Wabbit season!
Yes, Rodrigo, please take us to troll season.
Okay. So yeah.
On Critical Hit.
Yes. On this very podcast, our heroes have decided that all of this digging and getting weaponry has gone too far.
How dare we let the trolls build up their army?
Yep. And they've decided to go track down the troll and fight it.
Oh boy.
Or, I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe sneak up on it and
find it.
drop
Maybe,
a rock on it.
Yes. Luckily,
Maybe ask if it has legitimate grievances.
Exactly. But just to be precautious, I did make an order through the Acme agency, so.
Okay.
I heard you just mute a troll.
I think I do have silence as a spell.
That is a good point. What are
you preparing?
What modular aspects is everybody taking?
I am preparing. Let me find it here real
Knives.
Right.
Who wants a floating +2?
Cat does.
It is it's my fire abilities because that's where my wall of force is at.
On my twig.
On your twig.
It's a +2?
Yes. Oh, well. Did that go up? Let me double check that.
I choose flames and snakes and aeroplanes because
we were told that the trolls don't like fire, so anything people can do that does that would be good.
Well, fortunately, I keep my fires numbered for just such an emergency.
My class.
I'm more of a lightning wizard lately.
Light wizard?
A light wizard.
Half the calories of your regular wizard.
Yeah, I've got aspartame.
Really
it's still a +2.
All of the arcane classes kind of have this thing where at every level you've got 3 or 4 elemental choices. So it's if you're I want at this level I want a zap, and at this level I want a burst. It's actually surprisingly easy to end up with 2 or 3 lightning powers or ice powers or whatever, because at a particular level when you're I don't have enough area stuff, the biggest or the best area spell is a lightning spell.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But fortunately wizards get to pick 2. So did we decide what you're putting your bonus on, Randus?
Cat's twig.
Okay. All right. So as you guys head out, what are you doing? What are you doing?
We're being very, very quiet.
I've got my crossbow held out in front of me, and I'm tiptoeing along, all hunched over.
I mean, I think Sparkle's going out front and scouting and then waving at people. Or,
do we need to track it?
Yeah, that's actually a good question.
You certainly would need to track it.
All right, then Sakar's in front tracking, presumably.
Looks like team facial hair for the win.
Team facial hair, yeah.
I'll let you know if you see a 15-foot tall pretty lady.
So assistant to keep watch behind. Watch our 6.
And an image of a troll in a red dress.
With big red lipstick and yellow blonde hair. Oh, a masher.
Hello, big boy. Oh, God.
Troll, is he this tall and this color and his nose dangles like this? Never seen him.
Never seen him. Troll's just standing there munching on a carrot.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to guess you're heading for that the shield site.
Yeah.
Which would have been the most recent.
Yep.
We will start at the shield site. That way we can see if there are any trackable tracks to be tracked.
All right. Give me a nature check, whoever's tracking.
To be trackinating.
36.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Sakar?
Yeah. 31. 57. Shut up.
Okay. Yep. You guys get a pretty good read on the troll. It seems to, after this, have gone back into the hills. So you guys head into the hills.
Yeah. With each step, you hear a little pizzicato violin.
Yeah, speaking of each step, I will once again point out that this thing has an enormous gate. And definitely, other than like the few times that like Little Sparkle has seen it like rooting around, it doesn't really move particularly slowly. It kind of seems to be like, I want to be over there now, and then it just kind of
goes.
It's not like it's like sprinting, but it's also moving pretty fast. So, that helps and hinders things. Obviously, it's got a lot of distance on you, but also it's not really taking care to hide its tracks in any way. So definitely through the city, up until you get into the hills, it's very easy to find exactly where he kind of entered that area.
I was like, who knows if he even realizes we're here?
Yeah,
The question of why we don't feel his vibrations of him thudding around. Good question.
That is a good question.
He's got good shock absorbers.
I mean, he's only 15 feet tall. He's not like 700 feet tall.
Yeah, you can give me a nature check.
On that?
Yep.
How you feel about a 27?
What about a 31?
Yeah, between the two of you, you can figure it out.
He's tiptoeing.
Definitely in the city. Like, the city has a good solid, and clearly you've seen from these holes, like, it has this, like, big, thorough layer of dirt before you start getting into the rock. So it really doesn't transfer sound very well. If he was just, like, walking on, like, basically the same rock as the buildings, you would be able to hear it stomping around. But as it is, the dirt kind of kills it. And then once it's in the hills, it's really not stumping around so much as, climbing on rocks and stepping over things.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Once you get into the hills, it does become harder to track it. But rather it becomes harder to track exactly where it has gone. But as you continue to move, roughly in the direction that you think it went, you will often find things that let you know that it's been here. Trees that have been broken, bushes that have been completely stomped. Not, because it was like stomp, 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 but because it just stepped on them, and things like that.
Question.
Yes.
Does it look like this troll has come past this way more than once?
Maybe not. It's not necessarily walking the exact route, but it does seem like maybe it has been through here before.
So we can still track it. It just seems to be either moving fast enough that we're not keeping up, or...
Yeah, this thing really is not slowed down in any way by moving through, this kind of rocky, scrubby terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So
would it be difficult terrain?
I'm sorry?
Would it be considered difficult terrain?
Technically, yes. If you were fighting, it would be, because it's like there's no paths through here. It's just, a bunch of rocks.
Right.
And often at an incline. So imagine, this thing moves really fast, so imagine that this thing is moving at 40 miles per hour. It hits the hills and continues moving at 40 miles per hour because it's really not hindered by the terrain. But once you guys get to here, it's a lot harder. It's not that you guys even necessarily have to move slower. You do have to move a little slower. But it's really, the issue is just that it becomes a lot harder to track it.
Right.
So you kind of start losing a little bit of time with each step, or anytime you get to a place where you're like, yes, this roughly full liter of a loogie lets me know that the troll has been through here.
Does my speed change if I shapeshift?
Only if it specifically says that in the
Specifically says there's a speed change. Okay. I was wondering if this might not be easier if I were a wolf.
That depends on how the power actually reads.
But assume the form of a blood
you
wolf.
have to consider that the check is a nature check. So if it doesn't affect your nature check, then it won't. Like if you just want to turn into a wolf because it's cool while you're tracking something, that's definitely something that you can do.
It just won't give me any actual bonus.
It might not, depending on how the power reads.
Bonus to athletics, perception, and stealth checks. Ignore difficult terrain. Full-on dark vision. Blibbity blibbity blue does not affect my speed. It looks like.
Yeah, you might want to save that for if you ever have to really lean into it mechanically.
Okay.
So I don't know that affecting your speed is the best decision, anyways.
Because you'll leave the party behind.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
One of us going faster, not a great plan.
So
all of us going faster. Yeah.
So you guys track it for 6, 7, 8 hours.
Never catch up to it.
Yeah, you still have a trail on it.
My son Guy up.
Okay.
Hey Guy. Can you fly up and see if you can see a troll?
Okay.
Does it seem to be heading a particular direction, or is it just meandering?
It does seem to be going in a particular direction, but it's not taking a completely straight path. So it's not like it for example, it never seems to double back, right? Or walk for a while and then make a loop and go perpendicular to the direction I was going. You never see that happen, right. But it's there is a sort of meandering roughly in we'll say southwesterly direction.
Okay,
path of least resistance.
Yeah, definitely. I mean that would make sense. Or see something interesting, walks towards it. It's nothing. Walks back in the direction it was going.
Sees an animal, grabs it, needs it.
Yeah. Guy comes back down. He shrugs.
All right.
Well, let's try to keep going since it doesn't seem to have doubled back. Maybe we can try to figure out where its lair is.
Yep, I agree.
Worth a try.
Okay. You guys can give me fresh nature checks. Also consider that if you both give me a nature check, I'm just going to take the highest. If you actually work together, you might, the risk. Yeah, the risk being that, if whoever's helping rolls the higher roll, then you're stuck with a low roll. But
I kind of feel like us competing with each other would happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of agree, to be honest. I feel like we're probably not going to be the natural help each other types, but definitely a little bit of a, hey, over here. No, over there.
All right. Well, then I'll definitely point out that at multiple times throughout this situation, the moment that Sakar goes, maybe this has and Kid will immediately stand up and be like, aha, I found something. It's this way.
Aha! We're doing that. Okay.
All right.
So go ahead and give me a roll.
Oh, man.
All right.
39.
Well, it's getting dark, so clearly Sakar's
darkness.
Yes, his being in touch with the dark powers of night.
Yep.
And hosting a late night TV show.
I am the night.
About B movies.
I am the can turn into a Batman.
Yep. I mean, Sakar definitely gets a good read on which way it's going. And you guys continue to follow it for a while.
Can we tell how far ahead of us it is? Or is it just sort of a catch?
Not really. I mean, you would imagine that it really hasn't stopped. You're So, like 8 hours in, you are like from the building where we first spotted the tracks to here, it didn't really stop, right? Like the timeline that you're looking at seems to show that it was just heading in a particular direction to get somewhere, rather than being like, oh, I'll stop and pick some berries over here, or like I'll like try to find a habitation full of peasants and terrorize them. Like none of that has happened. It's just kind of heading in a general direction this whole time. So unless eventually you're going to run out of hilly area, so chances are wherever it's going, it's already there.
Cool.
Huh. So we keep
Every
going.
hour or so, I'm gonna have Guy fly up again.
Every hour or so. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And check for the troll and check for when the hilly area ends.
yeah.
3 weeks later.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, he definitely, once you tell him what to look for, he can help you spot the trail. But for at least for a while, he doesn't really seem to. He doesn't spot the troll, and then it gets to be evening. You guys have been doing this for pretty much a full day.
Which means that we're a full day away from where we were.
Yes.
I guess
Which
we
means-
should.
Not quite, because the tracking does slow you down.
Right.
If you guys were hauling back to the base, it wouldn't take you quite a full day to get back.
So we're camping.
Guess so.
Yeah.
You could push
Mm.
through. It's up to you.
Huh. How do we feel?
We can do a short rest, right? Or do we need
Yeah.
a full rest?
I mean, you can always do a short rest, but what a short rest does is reset your encounter powers and let you spend healing surges.
Right. So
It's not going to keep us from having fatigue penalties.
Okay.
Right.
We can keep pressing
rest.
until someone gets tired and then rest.
agreed.
Yeah.
We go till we fall.
Well, let's see when that is. Everyone can give me an endurance roll.
All right. Should I? I'll risk it.
23.
38.
We go to Orem Falls. 31.
Boom. Oh, sorry. So tired. I must get some meditation under my belt.
22.
34.
We go till Sakar falls.
That sucks.
Sometimes
You've been
the roll-
tracking. It takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, definitely.
What are you talking
Go
about?
until Sakar falls on Orem.
Yeah.
No, get him off of me.
Yeah, definitely. You guys spot a good place to camp, decide to keep going, and a couple hours in, you definitely, especially since Sakar has been taking the lead, you guys actually kind of realize that you've been kind of moving laterally for a bit. It kind of looks like Sakar's kind of lost his concentration a little. Ket can kind of spot that you guys are just kind of not really making any more progress.
He's tired from carrying everybody.
Yeah.
That's the douchiest thing I've ever said. I apologize for that.
We should take break, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Perhaps so.
Same rest order? Or same watch order?
I think Orm and Sakar should rest first. They both seem to be a little
Orm is already in his
Forceful wear.
trance.
Okay.
And
I can
Sakar's
take
probably
first watch
already
then.
asleep.
So you and me on first, Randus and Orm, Sakar and Orm.
Sounds good.
I go to sleep, guys.
Okay. Let me get some perception checks.
Garbage roll, here I come.
33.
Okay.
22.
That's not too bad. All right.
I mean, I can do worse.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I should ask, are you guys building a fire?
That's a good question.
Probably a good plan.
Is it?
Is it?
Maybe.
I mean, we
Smoke.
want this thing to find us, kind of.
Smoke with a big nose.
Well, would
Yeah,
a
I'm
fire
thinking-
attract it or keep it away?
They don't like fire.
I don't know. How cold is it?
It's cold. Like it's, you guys are basically now elevated and out in the air, so it's pretty chilly.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. You guys build a fire. And your watch goes on pretty much uneventfully.
We'll wake the next group.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do this, Randus.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
Hasn't been much better than or much worse than the slabs we've been sleeping on. with
True.
the rolls anyway.
Hey, look, Randus, they started a fire.
Well,
All right.
Okay.
You guys want to give me some perception checks?
19. Quiet.
there's only one way I can do worse, or not worse, but as bad as.
Oh,
that.
you can do worse than I.
You really can't.
You can roll
27.
a 2.
Okay.
A 2 would still be a 20.
You can roll a 1.
It's exactly what you got then.
That'd be a fail for him, though.
He can't roll worse than you.
All right.
Quiet, you.
Your shift also goes by uneventfully.
Mhm.
Who am I waking up last? I was meditating by the time you guys were discussing this. I go and wake up Little Sparkle.
Sakar, I think.
Oh, yes, Sakar. Wake up Sakar.
Scar
Okay,
awakens.
I'm gonna go sleep.
Okay. Yeah, look, a fire. Nothing's happened so far.
Bushy-eyed and bright-tailed, Sakar is awakened.
All right, well,
So-
let's...
Wait a minute.
do I see any
Stand
eyes
watch.
glowing out from the dark?
Just mine.
Yeah, hey, there we go. I actually did make it. Actually, a lot worse.
Okay.
I rolled
That is
a 1.
32.
Okay.
Why do you
Maybe
people
you
keep
did get
putting me
distracted
on
by
watch?
eyes in the night.
We'll say that pretty close to morning, everyone wakes up to the smell of smoke as sometime in the night Orem had the bright idea to grab maybe a stick from the fire and look around, and has now set some of the foliage on fire.
Yeah, I can put it out. Don't worry.
Put out the foliage.
Okay. You guys spend some time putting out the foliage.
Agreed.
Open Randus's arm for a fire extinguisher.
Oh, Smith.
I assume he's got some sort of flame suppressant in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
hopefully.
it's just a matter of guessing correctly.
Or you could ask
That one's the
assistant.
blowtorch.
You have made the fire
Nope.
worse.
What?
Rocket
Fight
launcher.
fire with fire. Come on.
That doesn't
Can't
really
fault
work.
that logic.
That's my fire sentience beam.
That's how I do a summon elemental spell.
That
All
would
right.
be how Randus does summon elemental, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys wake up, get ready to go, eat some breakfast.
Back
Start
Granola.
tracking the troll some more.
Troll tracking.
All
Tracking
right.
the troll.
Yep. Give me some nature checks.
Woo. 32.
28.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, definitely feeling a lot less confident now. But you're pretty sure you're still on the right track. It helps that you can kind of estimate which direction it's going, or it has been going.
I say we also have a imp's eye view.
Yeah.
And I can get a literal bird's eye view if worst comes to worst.
There you go. Yeah. Eventually, at about midday, you guys get to a particularly forested area. None of these trees are really big or tall. They're still kind of growing out of crags in the rocky ground, but the foliage is a lot thicker here. And this is kind of where the trail leads you.
Are trolls generally forested in their habitats? Arboreal, I guess is the word for which I'm searching.
Good word.
Well, arboreal means that they actually live in the trees.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Does he live in a tree?
Is it
No,
a
these trees are
troll?
too small for this troll.
Oh, so he must be able to shrink.
Yes. He shrinks so he can
exactly
swing
what
on
he's
these
saying.
trees. Yes, that's what's happening.
Makes perfect sense.
Look
Well,
around
that would be
for,
fantastic.
I don't know, signs of structure or holes or.
Giant trolls standing up over the top of the trees.
Hello, I am a troll.
No, you don't spot any immediate things, but you can tell that right past the tree line, just from the way that everything is, you can see that it's things dip down pretty dramatically. Like this is some sort of big pit or just a big incline.
We could head down and see where it goes.
I think we might want to.
This doesn't look like this is a natural formation, or does this look like more digging has occurred?
This looks natural.
Okay. Does this look like
Can we
a cave?
see all that far down?
No, the trees are kind of in the way.
Peer over the edge.
What about our Google maps? Can he see anything from the above?
Just trees.
I will peer over the edge.
Okay. So, Orem walks into the trees,
Yes.
peers down. Yeah, I mean, it's like a steep incline with some trees growing out of it.
Anything down there?
Not that you can see through the trees.
All right.
I was thoroughly expecting him to peer down and be grabbed by troll.
Don't trolls smell? Don't they smell really bad?
Well, they have big
Everything
noses.
smells bad to you.
I know.
Well,
that's
that
what I'm
is
saying.
certainly the propaganda.
Well, the nose
You want to
big,
give me
probably
you want to
smells
give me a
really well.
perception check to see if you smell the troll?
Yes.
37. Do I smell a troll?
Smell a rat.
Troll smell.
17.
Okay.
Quiet.
Are we? I'm laughing at the fact that we're actually rolling this.
Why not?
Wait, which one is my perception? I forgot.
I was really hoping that Stephen would botch this.
Aha! I smell the troll, or not. Either
Yes,
way,
either way, you are certain that there is or isn't a troll.
exactly.
Yeah. So Orem breaks the tree line and doesn't really sense anything. And then, that moment when both Ket and Sakar try to walk between the same two trees, and they're kind of like trying to shove each other out of the way. They both definitely catch a whiff of some pretty industrial strength BO.
Troll funk.
Yep.
All right. From now on, I'm rolling only scent checks. Apparently, that's my talent.
That does bring up a question.
What's up?
So,
When's the
Cat
last time
rolled
we
a
had a
natural 20,
Mm-hmm.
which means a success.
Right.
But the actual total roll was lower than my roll, which was not a nat 20. So
Correct.
does that mean that he could be more successful than me with a lower roll, Or is it just kind of a headbutting situation again?
Yeah, so in this situation specifically, I was looking for a particular number. So let's say, for the sake of argument, that number was 37. So you rolled a 37, you succeeded.
Mhm.
Ket rolled a 35, but since in this version of the game we accept nat 20s in skill checks, which is a house rule, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As a success, then he succeeds with a 35. So whatever information I was going to give you, you both get it.
Okay.
There are other rolls, presumably, where I might be like, if you roll a 30, you don't die. If you roll a 35, you don't die, and something better happens. And if you roll a 40, then you don't die, something good happens, and you get a cool hat. And then whoever rolls a 20 would presumably be getting everything as though they had rolled the highest number possible.
Mhm.
Even if the true number that they roll is below that. But I actually don't do a lot of like
Contested.
incremental success kind of things.
Right. Yeah, it's with you. It's either you get it or it's a crushing failure.
Yep.
And you are
Usually
weighed
the
down with
latter.
existential angst.
I mean, I feel like sometimes even when you guys succeed, it still feels like a crushing failure.
That's fair.
That's just my game mastering style. So yes, both Sakar and Ket are pretty sure that they smell a troll.
A stinky troll.
Oh, that's horrid.
I will say that Ket also catches a couple other interesting smells. One of them is definitely Orm's hair, and then the other is just kind of a tree, like a sap smell that he's not really familiar with, but he can plainly identify as such.
How does Orm's hair still smell good?
Is that what you're saying out loud?
Yes. Also, I found the troll, or smelled the troll.
Oh, you smell the troll. Well, I will answer that question later.
There's definitely a troll nearby.
Well, lead the way.
Yeah. Follow your
We
nose.
begin to venture down. Is this something that we're going to need some sort of ropes or something to go down, or is it just to slide down the rocks like Carrie at the end of the show?
You guys can basically climb down, and it's not too difficult of a climb. Certainly, if you guys wanted to be like 100% A-okay about it, you could, use some ropes, secure them to things, and then climb down. But, as adventurers, you all can swing this elevation or this inclination without really having to work too hard at it. You
Plus,
guys
we're
can decide,
known for not taking precautions, so.
Yeah, you guys can decide who clambers down, who does ninja backflips down, and who just does a lot of little teleports.
Ninja backflips,
Option
please.
C.
Okay.
I climb on Scar's back.
I am not Luke Skywalkering Orem down this hill. I'm sorry, I'm not.
So, as
Do
a
or do not.
counterpoint,
There is no try.
he really masks that troll smell.
Like
Fine.
intelligent air freshener.
Fine. I will Luke Skywalker Orem down this incline.
Okay. You guys travel for a little bit, and then you spot what is pretty clearly a bunch of rocks that have been placed in a wide circle, purposefully, just kind of here in the middle of this grove of trees. And you guys hear some noises from past the rocks. It sounds like maybe a very large stone being dragged across some metal, making a loud screeching sound.
Sound like
just over and over
does it
again.
sound like a louder version of when Orem has to sharpen his blade?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except it doesn't have that like.
Yeah, kill your friend's attitude.
Yeah, it's definitely not trying to make small talk about killing people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as you know, maybe it is doing that with the troll, but
I just assume everybody's swords talk to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I wonder, anyone with any particular knowledge of trolls or territorial markers are those stones the troll trying to set up his territory? And if we cross those stones, are we going to be doing something bad?
To nature check this, or
do we need to just call him out and have him come over to us?
I mean, you don't really need to roll. Like, this is pretty clearly like, the troll's version of its house. It's just like, here's a delineation of where I live. Like, this is my lair kind of thing. And, there's like pretty big gaps between the rocks. So it's not like, oh, I'm trying to keep like medium-sized humanoids out. It's just like, it's just useful to have walls.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Can we see the troll or merely hear it?
You can only hear it at this stage. The trees do a very good job of obscuring everything.
Do we want to approach this in a... do we want to attempt to approach this in a diplomatic fashion?
I mean...
Do you people who know stuff about trolls know if they're nice or intelligent or violent?
No, they're at least intelligent.
So in that order, you guys know it's no, yes, and yes.
What was the second one?
Violent.
They're intelligent, but not nice, and they are violent.
Yes.
Still, at least.
You can try.
I mean, I can try to get in position. We can figure out which way is upwind, downwind, because I think it's got a good sense of smell. And then someone could try diplomatizing it, and if that goes sideways, I'll stab it.
You guys see a dwarf come out from behind a tree.
Yeah.
Is this a dwarf we know?
Nope.
Does he see us?
Not immediately. He's got like a bundle of sticks under one arm. He's dressed in a, wide-brimmed hat and long coat. I mean, it's not that long because he's a dwarf, but it's like the dwarf's long coat.
Sparkle, scatter.
I will hide.
Okay. He does pretty much immediately look over at the rest of you.
I wave
and
smile.
Points at you and like shouts something.
In Dwarven.
Dwarven. Yep. And after he shouts something, you guys stop hearing the scrapes.
Oh, that's promising.
Hi.
Wave.
Just kind of keeps like pointing and shouting.
It's okay.
And starts like trying to like move away from you guys.
It's okay.
But kind of in the direction of the troll's house.
How far away is he?
Just a few steps.
I'm a step towards him, hand outstretched, like
you're shaking,
non-threatening, looking to kind of be an introduction. Making my body language be, "Hey, we're friendly."
Okay. He stops shouting.
Gesture myself, Ket. Gesture to him.
Kind of cocks an eyebrow.
Do you speak common?
Doesn't respond. Says something else.
How long does conversation?
It lasts 24 hours. It takes 10 minutes to set up.
10 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start, kind of giving him the wait, hold, calm, and then start
hold up
casting.
I'm
going to try and introduce myself in Supernal.
Okay. So as soon as like Orem starts like pulling out magical reagents, this guy's really not having it.
Oh, okay, I'll put him back. And I just, wave my hands and, like, hey, nothing here. It's okay. I put him back. And I do like a point at him and then move my hands up and down like talk, and then point at me, and then point at my ears.
While this is going on, I'm going to try to creep closer to where the sharpening noise was and see if the troll's on the move.
Okay. Yeah, pretty quickly when you basically get into the troll's quote-unquote house, you spot it. It is actually clearly was sitting down, sharpening its blade, and now it's like standing all the way up, and you just see like it is standing like really still and just kind of turns its head a little bit, sniffs, turns its head a little bit, sniffs.
Oh, no.
I will try to back away.
Okay.
Chicken.
Oh, terrible.
What is, I start to pull out my magical items again very slowly.
He throws a stick at you.
Ugh.
Just wait, Orem.
Okay, I put them back.
Um,
I point at myself. Friend.
that's not going to help.
Are you sure?
Little sparkle pops back out.
I'll say Oradon.
He like looks straight up and like looks around.
Gesture back to where we came from. Oradon, make a smithing action. And and see how he reacts to that.
He like nods.
I'll say I'll like do a mimicry in Oradon's voice, saying, my people have not woken up.
He seems really disturbed by that. Like he drops his bundle of sticks and he's like kind of frown pouting at you.
Frowning, if you will.
So I'll kind of gesture to each of us in turn.
Mm-hmm.
Gesture to him and make a questioning open arm, suggest that is there more? Are there more?
Why don't you give me a diplomacy check?
Okay.
You're good at those.
I am good at those.
Do you have comprehend language?
Yes.
I wonder if it'd be different if Randus tried to do the comprehend language.
No.
Can we?
Is he less afraid of robots?
Well, I mean,
Part robot.
Ha
2 in a row.
Dang.
46. Not 20.
All right. He
Cat is on fire. It's its troll fighting style.
So he Cat points at everyone and then like kind of holds out his hands, and the dwarf thinks about it for a second, and then he kind of does like an oh kind of thing, and then he like kind of like holds out his hand and kind of motions with an open palm to all of you, and he says a word in Dwarven and looks at Ket.
Randus.
When he sees that Ket doesn't get it immediately, he says the word again. He's like, this. And he like points at Sakar and like makes like little like sword swingy motions, and then he points at Orem, and then he like makes magic fingers, and then he points at little Sparkle, and he like does like a little hush sound.
Adventuring party? Huh?
Yeah, kind of nod our head yes.
Yeah, nod along. I'll gesture to myself and mimic talking.
He makes like a so-so.
God, people have just been harsh on Cat.
I'll kind of nod along with
then
it.
She'll gesture at Orem and like do like the little magic thing, and then like gesture at her Ket to talk, and then give like a thumbs up. Trying to convey like he'll use magic to make him talk better.
Yeah, points at the ground and then makes like a cutting motion. And then he takes a stick out of his bundle, like a short one, and like so if he's holding it with 2 fingers, he holds it at basically where his eyebrows meet so that the stick hangs down, and then he does like a really stupid overbite look.
She nods and like points in the direction of the troll.
Yeah, he nods. And he's like, just kind of like picks up his sticks and like motions for you to follow him.
She'll nod.
Yep, follow along.
Yeah.
You'll follow.
So you guys travel through the woods for a little while, and eventually you pop out of the woods, up on another hill, and there's a little cabin there.
Oh.
There is a chimney, and there's like smoke coming out of it. And he opens the door and motions for you guys to walk in.
Is this a normal size building?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's, there's going to be,
dwarf normal?
like 6 of you. So it's
crowded.
probably, it's going to be cozy. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely room to stand. If you walk in, you'll see that there's, pretty much a table with a couple chairs, and that's it. A stove, some shelves that are stocked with, various things. And, he just kind of sets his bundle next to the stove and closes the door once everybody's inside.
I'll gesture to Orem, make the magic motion and the talking motion. A question.
He nods and kind of motions for you to go ahead.
All right. I'll get out my potions, set it down, do my thing,
The lock will reach you.
and I fail.
Oh my god!
God, frapped it.
Yeah, just hold up my fingers
How
again.
much does it cost?
10.
Okay, well, just lose 10 gold and you can try it again.
All right.
Nobody has to know that you screwed it up the first time.
Exactly.
Except of course, for Randus and Ket, who can tell immediately.
Yeah, I mean, do you need assistance on this? I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
all right.
It wouldn't matter with the botch.
No, but
But
no,
we
but
don't
we
know
need to
that.
just make sure Orem is humbled.
42. Doesn't matter. For the next 24 hours, I can read, write, hear, and speak Dwarven.
whoa, that's close.
God.
I help.
Or some definitions of help. Oh.
For the next 24 hours, I can speak and write the language and read it.
And you choose the language?
Yes, I have to choose the language, which is Dwarven.
Yeah, it has to be a language that he's like heard recently.
Yep.
Or
So
read.
you just heard someone say, Duma Flatchy in Dwarf. What does that mean?
Means that big one next to you smells really, really bad.
You good, Orem?
So is that just
Okay.
like one character per ritual?
That is interesting because...
Let's
Comprehend languages.
Mm-hmm. Just comprehend language.
choose a
It
language.
says, using this ritual on a language you have seen. Let's see. I think this is a personal thing.
Yep.
I
it
don't
is.
see anything that says a party or a number of people.
Guess you're playing translator.
Yeah.
Well, can mine be a roll to activate it myself?
Yeah.
Spending an extra 10. I'll go ahead
Oh,
and spend it
God.
from-
I'm so now I turn to the dwarf. I'm so sorry. It's just taking us a couple of minutes to get this all worked out. I greatly apologize. Well, one moment, please. And he understands what I say.
Right.
So I can't write. Well, yeah, I probably can, actually.
I say you need a
Yes.
35 or higher.
Yeah, you need a 35 or higher is what you need.
Yes.
So you can.
I just didn't remember what my result was, but yeah.
Well, if you're rolling Arcana, as long as you don't botch it, you'll hit that.
Close.
Oh my god.
We
Are you
Sage
too
of
good?
Ages.
Give Randus a little thumbs up, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, so we got it all taken care of. I'm sorry. My name is Orm Rivendorn. This is my companion, Randus Duthane. This is Ket Hazard, Little Sparkle, and this is Sakar. We are very surprised to run into you.
I was surprised to run into you, too.
We were under the impression that there were no dwarves awake on this island.
What do you mean awake?
The gods are awakening following a breakdown of the Treaty of Worms, and the dwarves on this island supposedly were asleep, and we were under the impression that they were not back.
I don't understand. Are you sure your little magic thing worked?
Yes. What are you've been living here all this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we were speaking with Ulridon recently, and he seemed to think that he was the only one on this island alive and awake. Do you remember
fancy speaking to Ulridon?
Yeah. Do you remember a great war, or
what's he saying?
I reiterate to him, reiterate and to everyone else what's going on. He seems
Ask
to not.
If there are other dwarves.
Are there any other dwarves on the island besides you?
He shrugs and is like, "Yeah, there's lots of dwarves. Most of the people on this island are dwarves."
Have you seen any in the last couple days?
No, but I live all the way out here.
Yes, when was the last time that you saw a dwarf?
I don't know. Last time I was in town, I guess.
Which was how long ago?
Last week.
Really? I tell everyone, he says last week he was in town, and that's when he saw the dwarves, but clearly he doesn't know
what
that
happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, but you've probably been asleep for a very long time.
There's a war among the gods, and the gods that were not on the winning side had to slumber for a while. Which meant all their followers also slumbered.
Ask if he remembers the war.
Yes. Do you remember a great war between gods?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask when that was.
How long ago? Do you remember when that war was?
Last I heard, it was still going on.
No, the war's been over for a very, very long time.
But there may be a new one brewing.
Yes, and we're trying to prevent all of existence from going away.
Oh.
I'm really sorry, but what's with the troll?
Oh, well, a long time ago, there were a lot of trolls on this island, so some of the clerics built some traps to catch them.
Yes.
I thought they got all of them, but I guess maybe they didn't get, maybe this one got away.
I think he may have broken out of the trap.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think they could break out of those traps unless the traps were tampered with.
Yeah, maybe they were. That may have been our fault.
Well, that was not very smart of you.
No, but in hindsight, we didn't know that it was a trap at the time.
Oh, well, then in hindsight, it wasn't very smart of you.
Exactly. So
ask if he wants to come meet Ulridon.
Hold up my finger. So is the troll a danger to us? It seemed like you just were able to walk right by without any problem.
Oh, well, yeah, trolls are hugely dangerous.
Okay. Would you like to come with us to meet Ulridon? Do you think we should do something about the troll, or just ignore him?
I don't know. That's up to you, I guess.
I just want to make sure you two aren't like friends or anything, right?
No, I don't associate with trolls.
Oh, okay. It's a good habit to get into. What do you think, Randus? What should we?
Well, I guess we know where to find the troll later, theoretically.
True.
I mean, my main concern is that he might try to free his brethren.
Exactly. If he knows what do trolls know how I turn to the What is your name, by the way? I'm sorry.
I'm Brune.
Brune. I'm sorry. I'm just very surprised to see you here. That's why I didn't do proper introductions. I greatly apologize.
Wait, was Brune the name of that was on the one that looked pretty intact?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Just making sure I'm not. All right. Cool.
So, well, to our knowledge, you are the only dwarf on the island besides the ones that we brought with us. We would invite you to come back with us to meet Ulradon, if you are so inclined, or, if you think we need to take down this troll, we could certainly maybe all work together to do that.
I think you guys are confused. I'm sure I'm not the only dwarf here.
I can rest assured, sir, beyond the dwarves that we have in our party who are back in the city, you are the only other dwarf besides Ulradon that we have met.
Oh, yeah? He opens the slats on one of his windows. Like, then who's firing up the bakeries?
And we look out, do we see the bakeries are firing up?
Yep, you see, this area of town, there's like smoke coming out, some chimneys.
Oh, hey.
This is fascinating. Again,
Oh, you've never seen a bakery
about?
Before? They don't have bakeries where you come from?
Okay. Randus, please explain to him the sleeping and the waking part. And so, trust me, you've been
the rest of us.
You've been asleep for
I think I'm trying
a millennium, and perhaps
I look
you
out
are
the window where they were looking.
Perhaps you're slowly waking up, compared to other islands that we have
gesture
visited.
to the other people that aren't part of the conversation.
Apparently, there's bakeries firing up, so he believes there's other dwarves around.
And there very may well be. Maybe, like I said, maybe Ulradon working on the sword is waking everyone up.
That bakers have to get up very early so that bread is ready.
Yes, I'll tell her that.
He makes a motion like he's eating a loaf of bread and yawning. Very early.
Bakers have to get up early.
Thanks, Randus.
You're welcome.
Tell them we're not stupid. We just don't speak the language.
He doesn't know that he's been asleep for 1,000 years,
and he doesn't believe us.
Yeah,
to him it's been overnight.
Okay. This is mostly good news, right?
Yeah, this is great news. Why don't we go into town and see what we can see?
Yes, we can certainly do that. What about the troll?
The troll?
Why don't we kill the troll so that it doesn't rampage through the town? That would be unfortunate if you did that.
I'm assuming the bakeries aren't Wait, the bakeries are close to the building, right?
To what building?
The building
where
we're in.
Like, he's not looking way back to where we came from, is he?
Yeah, there's multiple ones.
Okay.
But how far away are they?
They're in the city, so
all the way
away.
Okay.
So it is back from where we came from.
Yeah.
Huh. Something must have caused the dwarves to finally wake up. Or maybe it's Ulradon being excited?
It could be that. Could be the time is being weird again. But I'm going to go with Ulradon is making all of this happen.
Yeah.
Maybe he was wrong about why his people didn't come back.
True.
Or maybe he was right, but they're coming around?
But it still brings up the question of the troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we busted that thing out. I think it's probably our responsibility to make sure it's dealt with.
Because the last thing we need to do is have that lumbering back into town and tripping over a trap that has another troll in it and springing that one too, and then just causing all sorts of problems.
Hey, Brune?
Yes.
I don't suppose you would happen to have a troll trap around or know where there's one at and how to use it?
No, there's lots of them in town.
Do you know how they work?
I think when the troll gets close to it, they catch him.
Okay. So if we find one ready, it should just do it, huh?
I guess.
I think we need to find a cleric.
I think we just take on the troll ourselves, guys.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. I don't know. We can set it on fire.
As am I.
Yeah, I think we're going to try to take care of this troll. Then we're probably going to go look in town where those bakeries are at and see if we can meet some other people.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, I thank you for helping us out here, kind of pointing out something we've missed here the last couple days, and we're going to probably carry on with our adventuring.
Just one final question. Do you remember seeing a great ship falling from the sky?
No.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't realize he's just waking up.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to stay?
He wants to know.
Let him know we'll be right
going.
back after dealing with the troll.
Yeah, we can come right back. But yeah, I think we're going to try to fight this troll first.
Well, all right. Sounds dangerous, but you are adventurers.
Do you have any tips on fighting a troll?
I guess my first tip would be to not to.
Yeah, but we don't want it to.
Good tip.
We don't want it to cause any damage to you
or anyone else,
or to set any other trolls free.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then maybe you shouldn't fight it, because those things are big and they cause a lot of damage just by being around.
Yeah, it's just the by being around part that we're worried about if it comes back into town.
I don't know. I mean, I know that, from where it is, if it wanted to sprint over here, it could probably do it really fast. They move really fast.
How come it didn't just come out and attack you when we were by its home?
Probably didn't smell me.
Oh, okay.
So would you just leave it alone, or?
Translate.
I mean, I would.
Translate. Okay. Thank you. Are you sure you don't want to come back to town with us?
I thought you guys were going to go fight the troll.
I just want to check and see if you would like to come back to town with us when this is all over.
Let's just go fight the troll and then come back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We, be back. At least we tend to be back once we're done with the troll.
All right, but I can't promise that the soup will still be hot.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, I do definitely appreciate the hospitality and thank you for the offer. But yeah, I think we need to see to this.
Okay. See you later, weirdos.
You too.
All right, let's go take out a troll.
We haven't heard the troll make any noises, right? So we can't use a comprehend language on trollish.
I think it's giant, but...
Primordial, maybe?
Hey!
Maybe.
Okay, I guess let's go back.
All right.
I think he does seem to think that we should just leave it alone, but that doesn't seem smart.
It does not.
I mean, it seems smart for him to leave it alone.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Do you two, pointed Sakar and Sparkle, want to try and sneak around it?
I wouldn't advise Sakar sneaking, but I could try.
Well, you two could sneak separate ways, and that way...
That way, when it hears Sakar, it'll go to him, and we can all take it.
Yeah, I mean...
Are you implying that I can't sneak?
If I want to sneak and Sakar wants to be bait, that's just a different conversation.
What is your stealth, by the way, Sam?
Plus 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ridiculous.
What is Sakar's?
Lower than 30, but probably better than yours.
I'm at 22.
Lower than yours.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Pride goeth before the fall.
Well, maybe Orem shouldn't sneak off by himself.
No, I won't do that. No, of course not.
Don't you have vampire sneaky stuff?
Oh, all sorts of it.
Yeah.
I think he's got a racial mod to stealth, but that doesn't make up for the fact that...
And he might have stuff that he can turn on.
Sure.
I have turning on powers, but even those won't get me to a level where I can compete on your...
Can you?
Yeah, I mean,
can you turn Can you turn into a mist and go down into his lungs and then turn back to solid and burst him out from the inside?
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
I know we've had this conversation before.
Can Sakar's vampire nature circumvent this problem for us?
And the answer is no.
All right. Yes. So do we want Little Sparkle to go around? I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Unless you want to hide up in the trees or something when it comes out to attack us. But I mean, actually physically going around to the other side of its house and coming up behind it like that might not be the best idea.
Yeah. I mean, if there's all of us and one of it, and it's pretty big. I should still be able to get its vulnerable spots.
Okay, that'll work. Well, I guess we're going to go hunt.
Let's go approach a troll.
Let's go hunt a troll.
fight.
Very, very quiet.
Troll fight.
Uh,
Troll
Guys,
fight. Troll fight.
head back to the troll's lair.
Yeah.
Fighting a troll. Troll
Okay.
fight.
You spot the troll's lair.
Is there a troll in it?
Not from where you're standing.
Is there any noises?
There are nothing audible coming from there.
Should we just call it out?
where did you see the troll earlier? Didn't
Troll-
you see the troll?
Yeah, it was inside its little house thing, sharpening its knife.
I was sharpening its sword, which is
Or
enormous.
sword, yes.
Knife,
Yeah, it's a little
sword.
troll
It's
knife.
all pointy.
Should we just make some noise and see if it'll come out?
Sure.
Mr. Troll!
Oh.
Hey, you! I scream something in Dwarven.
That'll make it mad.
Yeah. Anything?
Oh.
Your mother wears socks that smell.
No response from inside the troll's lair.
I guess
Want
I
to just
I
go
wonder if it
in and
left.
investigate?
Yeah, because I'm afraid
Yes.
it may have left.
We're going to enter the lair.
Okay. Who else going in? Everybody?
All of us, everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. You guys walk into a troll's lair.
And I'm immediately snagged by a big net.
Yeah, it just closes. You guys walk in and there's like trees in the way. Like this is just kind of like a roughly delineated area. But you spot a place where some trees have been cleared out. It smells particularly bad. You also spot something that's roughly probably meant to be a table, and some rocks and some mostly eaten goat carcasses,
Yum.
and that's it.
Oh boy.
No troll.
No troll.
Can
Chased him for 2 days and then he got away.
well, where would he be going?
Back to town.
Yeah.
Let's go grab Brune.
I mean, he might not want to go, and he's probably relatively safe here if he knows how to deal with this. But yes, we can tell him that we're heading back to town.
Question. Would Eagle's flight work here?
Yeah, Eagle's flight would work pretty much anywhere.
Okay.
You just don't usually want to use it out in the astral sea because the distances are so far, and it only works till sunset or sunrise?
It's 12 hours is the duration.
12 hours. So
And it's
yeah,
only
12
for
hours. 12 hours in, being dropped into the astral sea is bad.
Right, but it's only for overland flight, so it wouldn't
well, there you
be
go.
over for water anyway. Yeah, maybe we can summon some eagles and get us back to town faster.
That sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
Also, we know where the lair is now, so we can.
Yes, mark it. Let's get up into a clearing and see if we can.
Fast travel to it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Eagles do.
Press X to skip journey.
No, that's the best part. All right, let's get up to a clearing so I can cast the spell.
Do we want to go see if Brune wants to ride an eagle?
Sure, let's waste more time.
I don't think
We told him we
should.
would be back.
Yeah,
We didn't
he's
tell
got
him.
soup waiting for us.
All
I
right,
also
fine.
kind of told Overdon I'd be back like a day ago.
He probably honestly doesn't notice.
That's what I'm hoping.
All right, fine. Let's go back and see Brune.
You guys go back up to Brune's hut.
Yes. And now is that in a clearing?
It is, but it's not there's basically it's like the majority of the flat space in that hill where he's at is taken up by it.
Okay.
After that, it's pretty steep all around.
All right, fine.
You can probably summon them there, but it's just not great eagle summoning areas.
Okay.
I mean, it is the tallest point you've been to so far, so they might like that.
Okay.
Start summoning. We'll talk to Brune.
All right. I will spend the necessary component costs of 400.
So I assume the ritual takes at least a little bit.
10 minutes.
Knock on Brune's door.
He opens the door.
Randus, that's your cue.
Hey, Brune. So I guess we're gonna go into town. We're gonna be flying some eagles or summoning. Are you at all interested in going, or just enjoying an eagle flight?
How is that enjoyable? Eagles are very small.
These are going to be very big eagles.
Oh, very big eagles. That sounds worse.
Fair enough. We just said we would be back, and we wanted to make sure we give you the offer.
All right. Well, I still have some soup if you want it.
You guys want any soup?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we can stay for a meal.
All right. Well, come on in.
All right. Thanks again for the hospitality. Hey,
Sure.
We're going to eat some soup.
Yeah, great. Can you get it to go? These eagles are on their way.
Can we get some to go for them?
Sure. I'll put in a jar.
Wow.
Thank you.
Jar of soup.
Now, this is a nature check. Can anybody help me on this or not?
Not if they're inside getting soup.
Oh, you guys.
I mean, I wasn't going to help on a nature check anyways.
This is good soup.
You're missing out, Orem.
You'll get some.
You'll get some in a jar.
I would say the checks just determine how long the eagles last, right?
How fast they can fly.
No one has fast they can fly.
Roll it. What's the worst that could happen?
Unrecognized command.
Oh, well, did you miss a space?
I put a space in the wrong spot.
I did that earlier.
18, fail.
Not one.
I told
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, see, what do you guys, what can happen, guys?
Well, this time nobody was here to see you fail, so go ahead and spend more money on it.
I will spend more money. I'll look around.
This way, it's like the second to worst that can happen because you don't even get mocked.
I look around sheepishly and then cast the spell again and get a 20.
That means we can help him because we were expecting 10 minutes. We should be out there now.
No, you guys sat down for a meal. A meal is not 10 minutes.
We come out to see that there's some giant floppy-eared dogs.
Soup is not a meal.
You
summoned dodos.
You guys, like, if he summoned some eagles, you would know when the eagles show up. So I'm guessing the assumption was you guys were going to sit and eat until you started seeing some eagles show up, and then you'd probably go.
You start hearing caw, caw.
These eagles are very slow eagles, and they will fly 8 to 10 overland speeds. So it's going to take us a while to get back to town. This troll is going to beat us there by a long shot.
The troll was going to beat us there even if you got the best.
So
the troll's headed back to town.
You guys are sitting there enjoying some soup, and Brune all of a sudden goes
Huh?
as out on the out of his window there's just like an enormous eye like peering in through the slats.
Bird's eye or troll's eye? Bird's eye or troll's eye?
Bird's eye.
Oh, hey, I think our ride's here. Once again, I thank you for your hospitality. Is there anything we can do for you before we go?
No thanks.
Okay,
He hands you a jar with soup.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we'll be going then. I thank you again for the information and the soup. It was really good.
All right. Have fun on your crazy adventure.
Yeah, well, I hope to.
Try not to get killed.
Yeah, that too. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, I suppose we should go.
Sounds good.
What kind of eagles are we looking at here?
So outside,
Seagulls. eagles.
there are these kind of big reddish eagles. Like a ludicrous, like 20-foot wingspan. And they have reddish feathers, like black beaks, and your classic kind of big golden eagle eyes. And one of them actually like full on lands on top of Brune's house.
I take a bow. Oh, great eagles. Thank you for hearing our call and coming to our aid. I point, we need to get to that town as quickly as your wings can carry us. Thank you so much. And I bow again.
The one that's on top of the house says, well, in accordance to the old ways, we will carry you as fast as we can.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And the one closest to Orem kind of sits, kind of like a chicken.
Yep, I'll climb up on its back.
Okay. It flies off. And then another one jumps down.
Hello, new friend.
You smell strange. And it takes off.
With me?
Yep.
Okay.
No! I mean, you smell, and it just leaves.
And then another one lands.
Hello.
Hello.
I tentatively get on its back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just kind of patiently waits for you to do it. Are you ready?
Yes.
It takes off.
Ah! I try holding on.
Okay. Another one lands.
Hi.
Hello.
So follow them, I suppose.
Okay.
Climb up? Okay. All right. I think we're ready.
And another one lands.
Oh, hail, fellow. Well met.
Hello, bright one.
I step up on the eagle.
Okay. The eagle takes off.
I look awesome on the back of an eagle.
Sure do.
The night begins to shine.
I wake you.
Fly like an eagle.
Yes. To the
All
outside.
right.
Side of Brune.
Suddenly, I grow a majestic mullet to go with my sideburns and vest.
Suddenly? I just assumed it was there the entire time.
Well, this one's magnificent.
You kind of has to cut it into a mullet to fit the horns.
Brian? What did we talk about? What did we talk about, Brian?
His tail also has a mullet.
Yes.
All right.
So we are soaring up high, right?
Yep.
Can we see the troll from up high?
No.
This
is one stealthy troll.
Okay. Or, yeah. He would be above the trees, though, right?
We went the other way.
Not.
You'd be
Not
above the
necessarily.
trees? Oh, you mean like just
Maybe they're-
height-wise?
Yeah, height-wise.
Maybe there's something underground that he's using?
Does Orem see any moving haystacks?
Or, he just took a route that you can't really see from where you're at.
That's true. But we're taking the most direct route to the town as the eagle flies, right?
Yeah. I assumed you were, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So also while I'm up here, what do I see of the town, of the city?
You do see lights, more than just the bakeries. It's not like full on come to life, but you do see some places that are lit.
Interesting. Wow, the people that are in the house where Barrett and Otto are at are going to be in for a rude awakening.
Mm.
Why are there all these bodies in my basement?
What happened?
Oh,
Who
no.
stacked corpses in the pantry this time?
Oh, that could be bad.
It's like, I promise I'm not a serial killer. This was really someone else.
Otto was like, no, he did it.
Oh man, and now I
hope
suddenly
it didn't
feel
end up being someone's bedroom.
yes, now I suddenly feel bad for the buildings that we crashed into.
Oh.
Ugh.
All right. Well,
Horrifying.
where do you come from, Eagle?
Oh, I come from the Feywild.
Ah. And how is the Feywild?
I suppose it is brimming with life and danger.
So normal?
Yes, that's what it's always like.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad that you were able to come.
Thank you.
No, thank you. And we fly. Did we determine whether people could take rests on the back of the Eagle or not?
I don't think
we
you
said
can.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got to hold on and focus. You take a rest and you're going to end up taking a really long fall.
Yeah. Plus, a full rest has to be relatively comfortable, and you're just literally just whooshing through the air at like 60 miles an hour. So,
On the back of a bird flapping its wings.
yeah.
Or doing whatever eagles do.
Mostly gliding. They don't really need to do a lot of flapping.
It's time to work on a map.
What?
That's what Ket always does.
Ket's going to cartograph.
Cartography on the back of an eagle. I see.
I mean, when else am I going to get a better view?
Yes, is it going to have so many quills ready?
Like, please stop dipping my feathers in ink.
He's gonna take one too many, and he's gonna tumble down.
Way to go, Daedalus.
Daedalus was the dad. It was Icarus.
Yep.
They both melted and died. It
No.
happened. It's a thing.
No.
Daedalus was all
not.
sad.
He was sad.
His
No,
last
he totally
was sad.
died.
He was super sad.
No, he was like dead, man. He was just like,
If everybody dies, it's not a tragedy.
Yeah.
Then the Mutants and Masterminds setting, Freedom City, he becomes the Iron Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
swoosh. Now they all died.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do while you're riding on the Eagles? It's gonna take a couple hours.
Take in the views periodically, whoop and make noise.
Talk to the birds, see what I can find out about this local situation if it knows anything.
You know, they can dive.
Is this Little Sparkle's first time on an eagle?
It is.
And Sakar's.
Ooh. Oh, well.
That we know of.
No, Sakar's been on an eagle.
I was going to
before.
say, I could see he's probably had eagle experience.
No,
otherwise.
we've flown on an eagle with Sakar.
Yeah, I think we actually all flew on the Eagles to Sakar's when we were visiting his island.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
Okay.
But-
then, no.
Did we?
Because the eagle was all like, hey, what are you doing?
Listeners, podcast at Major Spoilers Time.
Yeah.
Totally happened. It did. I was there.
But I think Sparkle is just as excited as she was then. So
Yeah. Well, she doesn't get to fly very often.
no, exactly.
I think
All
we
right,
just...
so Little Sparkle's gonna do some loop-de-loops.
Yeah.
Some barrel rolls and
Her
an implement
Eagle
turn.
will indulge her.
Yeah, the Eagle seems fine with it. It's not gonna do anything that's actually dangerous, but
Sure.
like, diving is not anything that causes it any problems, and the odd barrel roll doesn't either.
Sweet.
Power dives.
Yep.
She's got a super high acrobatics check, so she can look cool while doing it.
Do I notice any other settlements outside of the main town? Are there any other cabins or anything like that?
Yeah, there's other stuff. Like the place where you guys were in is kind of the main city, but there are more like rural or even like uninhabited places that are either hilly or foresty, and then more habitations past it. There may be technically more than one city in this island.
Okay. And from what I can see, do we see other life? Do we see other lights? Any smokes?
A few.
Fascinating.
Any sign of creatures?
Other than the smoke, no, not really.
Smoke creatures are the worst.
Yeah. Especially if they don't explain what they are by the end of the series.
I was waiting for it.
It's a polar bear. It's
I
fine.
don't know. I stopped after season 3.
It's purgatory.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Eh,
All right. So Sakar was talking to the Eagle.
yes.
What are you talking
Does
to
the eagle? Does the eagle know anything? Are you from around here?
No, I'm a spirit eagle from the eagle spirit realm.
I had hoped that perhaps you might know something about the greater situation.
No, I am brought into this place by the ancient pacts we created with the elven ancestors. So I do not know anything about the local courts or spirits.
Well, thank you anyway.
Of course.
Can you do a barrel roll?
I can. Would you like me to?
I believe so, yes.
Do you mean a barrel roll or an aileron roll?
I don't know. I'm
Hello.
not an airplane nerd.
Yep. He'll
Bird spin.
Yep, he'll spin. Whee!
Sakaar has good athletics too. He looks only slightly less cool in that he doesn't have, green feathers flying behind him in the wind.
I thought he had a glorious mullet flying behind him in the wind.
You know what? I'm too tired to argue with all of y'all. I'm just too tired. Just stop it.
Wow.
Stop it.
All right. So eventually you guys make it back to town.
Yay.
All right.
No sign of the troll.
Do we land at our base, or do we land just like on the edge of town?
You want to land at your base?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
Seems like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Especially if the owners might
Are there
be
any
mixed up.
active buildings near our base?
Not immediately near them, but within a couple blocks of them.
Okay.
Of
So
it.
I think Randus should land at the dome.
Yeah.
Oh, can the Eagles take us to separate destinations?
Oh, we can.
That's cool.
They are separate eagles.
Wave Randus to go back onto Ulridon.
Make sure you share the good news.
Yeah. I'll tell him and check in with him. Yeah, I'll go talk to him.
All right. Randus's eagle banks.
Yeah. That's an eagle bank.
And then the rest of you land at your base. As you're landing, you see that Barrett and Otto are outside.
Do they seem
Wave.
distressed?
No, but they kind of seem like they weren't at the base. Like maybe they're coming back.
Okay.
What color are their eyes?
Barrett's are green and Otto's, I think, are black.
But they
They're
were
normal
black
colors?
before he died.
Yeah. Like a normal black.
So we land.
hmm
I get off the lead eagle. I bow and I say, thank you so much for your assistance. You have been very, very helpful, and safe journey home.
Thank you. And the eagles take off again. Up into the air.
Whoosh.
Eagle noise. Eagle noise. Eagle noise.
Swah, 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 swah.
Look over at Barrett and Otto. Hi.
Well, that was impressive.
Oh, thank you. Notice anything different?
It looks like there's some lights around.
Yeah, I think the dwarves are starting to wake up.
We met one out in the woods.
Oh, how was that?
Odd.
Yeah, they didn't realize that they'd been asleep.
Also,
It does make sense.
we found the troll's home, but we lost track of the troll. We assumed he's heading back to town, or it is heading back to town.
Okay. Well, what are you going to do now?
Tell Oridon the good news.
Okay.
Ulridon, have you heard the good news?
Should we maybe investigate the waking buildings first?
Yeah, why don't we say hi?
Orm strolls over to a bakery,
Okay.
opens the door, and goes in.
There are a couple dwarves inside.
Has it been 24 hours?
It has not quite been 24 hours.
Good morning.
You get a couple dwarves looking at you like you're from space.
I am Orem Rivendorn. It is so good to see you all on this fine morning. The bread smells delicious.
Thank you. The first loaves are not quite ready.
That is fine. Question. What is the last thing that you remember from yesterday?
Have the rest of you walked in?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think we have.
So as Orem asks that, the rest of you walk in, and the two bakers kind of look at each other, and they're like, there's a weapons and armor store just down this block, and an apothecary across the way from it.
Get out of my
Common?
hair, adventurers.
I translate.
Oh.
Yeah, was it in Common or was it in Dwarven?
It was in Dwarven.
Oh,
Well, why don't we go to the adventurer shop? They might be more tolerant of us and might speak common because they might be used to more non-dwarven visitors.
Discworld, the bakers were the weaponsmiths.
There you go.
Dwarven battlebread.
Baked a file into a cake.
What is the last thing you remember?
I don't know. Going to bed?
Okay. Bread smells great.
Thank you.
Can't
You
wait
can
to taste it.
Come back in a couple hours. It'll be ready.
Okay. All right. Goodbye.
Walk out.
yes. Let's leave the poor, exasperated people alone.
They don't know what's going on.
They don't.
Oh, wait. We do need to get over to the weapons place. Go over, bang on the door.
At the weapon place?
Yes. The armory, whatever.
Yep.
The arms dealer.
You hear some clanging coming from downstairs, and eventually the doors open, and there's a very large lady dwarf standing in front of you. Like, she's just like built like a tank. She says, "We're not open yet."
I realize that, madam, but I'm sorry, but there may be a troll headed in this direction, and I didn't really know who to tell, and I thought maybe the weaponsmiths might be the best place.
A troll, huh?
Yes. A big, ugly one, too.
Well, do you have your alchemist fire?
No.
Do you have any money?
Yes. And no. It depends.
Huh.
I don't have very much. How much?
Oh. Coming in, skinny.
Oh, thank you. My name's Orem, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
These are my friends. Our other friend is visiting Ulridon.
Oh, fancy.
Yes, I guess.
So what do you guys call yourselves?
The Sparkle Tones. Wait, I can't understand what she's saying. Never
I'm
mind.
translating. The Sparkle Tones.
Which in Dwarven is actually blah 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 blah.
No, it's actually translates to Sparkle Tonens.
Spoople.
Das Sparkeltonens, yes.
Das Sparkeltones.
Das Sparkle Tonens.
Ich habe nicht Schreibmaschinen.
If I have this, and she puts some these like bottles on the table that are made of like some pretty sturdy looking glass. Basically, if you've seen like like the I Dream of Genie bottle,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that rough shape, basically round at the bottom, and then with a long spout. But even the way that she handles them when putting them up, it's pretty clear why they're built that way. And it's because they're basically grenades,
Sweet.
right? When you think of like those like tube-based grenades, right? Where they have like the grenade and then a handle underneath and you chuck it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how they're built.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
this looks powerful.
She pulls out a batch of 6.
How much are all of these?
9,000 gold each.
Oh, 9,000 gold each. That's a little pricey for me.
Well, I do have a watered-down version.
And how much are those?
That would be 20 gold each.
Ah, how watered down are we talking?
Significantly.
Yes. I translate.
Maybe buy just one of the grenades, since some of you guys can make fire on your own.
I don't have enough money for one.
Oh, ask if she'll take reagents.
I don't have all of my reagents. Randus does.
All right, well then let's come back later.
Okay. Sorry to wake you, ma'am. One final question. I mean, we're really totally new here. Please forgive us. The traps that trap the trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that if the troll approached town, that those traps would be effective?
Yeah, they've been effective before.
Okay, so the town should not worry about a troll maybe approaching? I don't know if there's a panic alert level or anything for this.
A single troll? Probably not. We have a town guard. That should be okay.
Okay, well then,
where that is.
Where is the town guard?
Well, the nearest constabulary is maybe 3 blocks down.
Oh, thank you. We'll go there and report what we saw.
Okay, so you're not going to buy anything?
No, not now, but we may return. Yes, we'll return.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
And she walks over to the door and opens it.
Thank you. Have a good morning.
And she slams it when you guys are through.
I'm sure she does.
I would slam the door on Orm most of the time, too.
It's fair, especially if they, urgently said we needed to open shop and then didn't buy anything.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, listen, somebody ought to go back to the house that we were occupying and maybe do something or prepare something for when people wake up and see all those bodies.
Yeah.
And let Baird and Otto know, and maybe I look at Ket. You know about police, right, Ket?
Yeah.
Maybe you should go with me down to the police station and we can report our troll sighting.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, I've only been in the police department once. A long time ago.
Ket was in the police department.
I know, that's why I'm saying.
Yeah, I've tried to avoid brushes with law enforcement at all costs.
Yeah, law enforcement in your area wasn't exactly lawful.
Well, it was very lawful.
Just not lawful good.
The laws were the problem.
It wasn't exactly moral.
Yes, that is certainly true.
All right. So, Sakar and Little Sparkle are going to go back and figure something out with Otto and Barrett, while Ket and I will go to the police station, report what we have seen, and Randus is traipsing his way through an underground city back to Ulradon.
Actually, the Eagle can just drop him off on top of the dome, which has an identical entrance. Yep.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice.
Hey, I was hoping that was the case.
So, what does Randus do?
Ulradon?
Oh, hey, you're back.
Yeah, sorry.
I got a bunch of crystals that I need you to look at here.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'll be happy to look at it. It seems like people are waking up.
What do you mean? Your friends? They're lazy?
No, some dwarves have been showing up around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well. It is a fine, bright day. And he kind of keeps working.
Oh, okay, yeah, so yeah, I'll check out these crystals here. What do I need? Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Well, what do you think?
What do I think of these crystals? What do they look like, or?
They're kind of like silicate type things.
Huh. They seem to be pure and good quality, clarity.
Yeah,
good?
I mean, it's like basically anywhere from grains of sand to like big chunks of glass, except like kind of natural, like polyhedral kind of glass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like pretty good stuff here.
Well, I think that I'm going to need to run everything extra hot for this. So I need a way to coat certain things. So I was hoping that this glass would actually be able to take the heat.
Does it look like it'd probably be good for that?
Yeah, some of them. It probably still has to be refined.
Yeah, if I think refine this a bit, and I think that will do the trick.
Well, would you mind getting into that?
Yeah, I can work on that here.
He gives you some stuff.
Okay, I'll get to work on that.
Did your friends catch the troll?
No, we found its lair, but then we ran into a dwarf, and so we talked with him for a while, and when we got back to the lair, he was gone. So they went into town to make sure he wasn't attacking that, and I guess we're gonna keep a watch out for him further.
That sounds good. He just kind of gets back to work.
Okay. Working on making glass. Some Pyrex.
Okay. What do Sakar and Little Sparkle do?
I guess go back to base and check on the situation with the bodies and see if someone's showing up to reclaim the house.
Yep.
Okay.
See if Barrett and Otto are around.
Barrett and Otto are around.
So with the town waking up, we were a little worried someone might wake up in this house and be upset about how we're using it.
That does make sense. Should we take them back to the ship?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I agree. So how many are there currently? There were 13, and we've raised 2.
There were 12 total, and you've raised 2.
12, we raised 2, so we would need to move 10 bodies.
Yeah, you guys can probably scrounge up a cart.
Cool.
Okay. Is there any indication of where the dwarves are coming from? Because we didn't see any actual, sleeping dwarves anywhere. Are they just sort of blinking back into existence?
I mean, that's about as good a theory as any.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way.
Also, when you went into the bakery, it was fully furnished and stocked, right? And all of the houses that you've been to so far have been barren except for stone and metal, pretty much.
Oh, were we in the bakery?
Or you guys did walk into the bakery, yes.
And the bakery
I had to use one.
Oh, interesting.
This is very weird.
Oh, this is more godly shenanigans. Are there any buildings around that we know we've been in that now seem to have habitation?
Not immediately, no.
Okay.
You guys kind of had a spotty record of checking. You kind of just checked in a particular area just to kind of see what was going on. So you weren't very thorough,
right?
Because you didn't really know what you were looking for,
right? Okay. Well, I suppose first we should focus on transporting back to the ship.
You think the ship, or you think a hospital, or more?
Do we know what a hospital is?
Well, you have two dwarves with you.
A, you're not there. B, we don't know that we want to explain to a morgue what happened here.
Yeah, I think returning to the ship is probably our best bet. Now, is the ship still crashed in the middle of a residential neighborhood?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's also probably a good idea to go check on the situation of that.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Yeah, this is going to be awkward, regardless of how we pull it off. So.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we should have gotten someone who speaks Dwarven to come with us. Oh well. Well, this should be interesting.
The dwarves wave at you.
Oh right. Yes. Thank you.
Steer into the skid. All right. So we shall scrounge up a cart and we shall begin returning the crew to the ship.
Okay.
In the hopes that the ship will not be overwhelmed with people who were badly injured by its crashing. Other than the people who are dead that we already have.
Say what? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys head to the ship.
Yep.
Yes,
meanwhile, what are Ket and Orm doing?
We go into the police station.
Okay. The police station does not appear to have anyone inside it.
Hello.
Knock, knock.
No response.
I get out a piece of paper. And I write a note.
Okay.
In Dwarven that says, Dearest officers of the law of this fine city, my name is Orm Rivendorn, and I am leaving this note to let you know that I have spotted a troll on the outskirts of the city and that it may be headed your way. If you need me, please check with Ulridon. Sincerely, Orm Rivendorn.
XOXOXO.
That we've spotted a troll on the outskirts of the city. See back.
Yes.
Amazing.
Over.
Yeah.
And it's magical paper, so you get to the bottom of that page, it says over, you turn it over, and it continues.
Yeah. All right. So you leave a message for the constables?
I guess. I mean, somebody needs to know that there's a troll. I don't want somebody to just, open up her window in the morning to take in the fresh air, and suddenly she's snatched by a troll and eaten or something, turned into sausages. Somebody should be alerted.
That's a mighty specific idea you have there.
Right?
I think it was the description of the nose earlier.
Oh, sure.
Plus, trolls like sausages.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you know
everybody
that?
knew that, but
It's eventually going to just smash rocks into like one of those like little grinders. It's just going to make its own sauces.
Well,
All right. So what do you guys do now?
I guess we need to go back and find the rest of the group, and watch this town wake up. Yes,
Yeah,
Orm,
guys.
that sounds like a fine idea. Great, I'm glad you
Maybe-
agree, Kit.
wander around town, see if any officers show up.
Sure, we could do that.
Yeah.
Nothing bad
Yeah.
can come from two strangers walking around town, unless, of course, you happen to be four strangers carting dead bodies through the middle of the town.
It's okay. If anybody
We have
asks,
a
I'll just...
perfectly logical. Honestly, they'll probably just be like, adventurers.
if anybody asks, I'm just going to tell them we're looking for the nuclear vessels.
Mm-hmm.
Might be time to start cranking up some resurrection really quick.
I don't know that you could crank those.
Nah.
Okay, Kit, let's walk around town.
Okay.
All right.
What's the worst that could happen?
Do you have enough gold or enough reagents to recast your spell?
Which
comprehend
one?
language.
Yes, I do.
You might want to do that before it
All
full on
right.
runs. Before it runs out on you at a hilarious moment.
And I just did.
Pardon me, sir. My
I
name
spent
is
4,000.
Orem, and I've come from the...
Pretty much.
No,
I'm
that's actually what Sakar hears.
mildly disappointed that you reminded him.
No, I was waiting for that to happen when I was writing the note. That suddenly it just turned into gibberish.
So you guys wander around, and I mean, you've been to like specific places where you had seen light or smoke, but generally, the majority of the city is still deserted, from what you can tell.
All right.
Is there any kind of tall tower around?
Yeah, sure.
Let's climb up on this tall tower, Kit, and just peer out and see if we can see anything.
Sure.
You think it's taller than when the eagles were flying in?
Time has passed.
I would say we were coming in before morning, or before people were really out and about, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably. So yeah. Is the tower open?
Nope.
All right.
You can walk up the side of this, can't you?
Yeah. I guess I'll run up the side of the building.
Okay. You can run up up to the top.
All right.
Orm just leans nonchalantly against the building, whistling,
Mm-hmm.
acting like there's no problem here.
Oh my god. I'll look around what's up top of the tower. See. Is there any concentration to where people are waking up?
Any trolls in the distance?
No, not that you can see. And actually, now that it's getting to be daylight, it's actually harder to tell because you don't see lights contrasting against the dark. It's just kind of nothing. And, especially like bakeries are easy to see. but there don't appear to be a lot of smithies around here either. So big smoky things are not very common. So it's hard to tell. You might off in the distance spot a dwarf like walking across the street, but generally speaking, you don't really see much from up here.
All right. I'll trot back down to Orem.
Okay.
Let's see. I got a 31 on that. So that is going to change the nature of what I have.
Can't write.
I cannot write. I can only understand.
Just can't write it
or
in
read
any script.
Yeah.
Might have problems finding the right shop.
You can still read, you just can't write it, right?
Yep, I just can't write.
He can write it.
No, I can understand it.
Never mind. You're right.
I can understand it. I can understand it if someone speaks to me. If the Arcana check is 35 or higher, to speak the language fluently for the duration.
So he can understand but not speak.
Yeah.
Or not speak fluently.
And if your Arcana check results in a 35 or higher, to write the language in the native script or in any other script you know for the duration. Yeah, I just can't speak and write it.
Oh, that's...
Okay.
I can understand it, but I can't...
Is he at least aware of the fact that he can't speak it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't get anything from the top of the tower.
Okay. No sign of our giant friend?
Nope.
Okay. Well...
and the buildings it's starting to get light enough that I can't tell who's waking up.
Okay. Well, let's go back and help the others.
Sure. Can you make scrolls of that comprehend language?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
I know. He can.
I was telling Stephen that.
Yeah.
Yes, but it will cost a little bit of time and effort.
I mean, it seems like those might be necessary over the next few days.
Sure. Is there like a bookstore nearby or a coffee shop that I could go in and sit down and work on my scrolls?
Why don't we go back to the base?
That's somebody else's house.
Why don't we go and figure out where Sakar and Sparkle took
yes,
everything?
We can certainly do that, but realize it's going to take, if I'm doing scrolls for everyone, it's going to take a little while.
That's fine.
Okay.
We should regroup first.
Okay.
Head back towards the house.
Okay. When you get to the house, it has been vacated.
Well, that didn't take them long.
4 people, 10 bodies. I look around. They probably got a cart or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd probably stack them all up and take them in one trip.
Where do you think they took them? Back to the ship?
I mean, I would have taken them to a morgue, but I could see going back to the ship because it might be really kind of hard to explain why you're suddenly showing up to the morgue with 10 dead bodies. So yeah, the ship.
All right, head towards the ship.
Okay. Meanwhile, at the ship, there you guys are, looking at a busted up ship.
Does there seem to be activity that's stirring around it?
No.
Okay.
If only that ritual to make whole would work on the ship.
Right. Yeah, I guess let's stash the bodies here and then go back to town to let the others know what we did. And then I still think it would be a good idea for us to go talk to Ulradan.
Agreed. We could return them to where we had them previously in the interior room that's mostly intact, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're missing something.
I mean, this whole thing is very odd.
Well, anything dealing with gods is unusual, but I'm wondering how or why they're awakening now when they didn't before.
Maybe because Ulradan didn't think they should wake up?
He was wallowing, but this is infuriating. Let's see if we can regroup. We'll get everyone put away here.
Okay.
Was it going to take less time with characters who were not epic tier, Rodrigo, or was it
Yes.
the standard time?
Just
frame?
less money.
It's less money.
Yep.
All right, so it's still basically 8 hours per person.
Yep.
So there's a good 2 weeks work here. Do we have was there any indication of whether there was a time frame in which we had to perform the rituals?
We have to do it within 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many days has it been?
2 days, 3 days, a week.
It's been like 4 days.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless we're going to be preoccupied for the next 20 days, it's not going to take that long.
Well, 8 hours times 10 is basically going to be 2 weeks' work, taking into account sleep.
You're assuming that I'm only working 8 hours a day.
Well, yes.
I can do 2 per day.
Yeah. If Orem is just like, spits in each of his hands and does nothing but raise corpses for, he can do 2 a day, which will cut you down to only 5 days.
And Barrett can also assist, right?
Barrett can do it too. Yep, assuming that you've got the dough for her to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And that you're comfortable with her doing it.
Given the thing.
That none of us saw but Ket. Right?
But Ket reported it. So the question is, do we trust Ket?
Anyway, hey, look. Ket and Orem walk around the corner and bump into Scar and company.
Her name is Sparkle.
And Barrett and Otto. Hello.
Hi. Looks like no one's really woken up near where the ship is, so we moved the bodies back to there.
Oh, okay. And also, nobody was at the police station, so I left a note.
Okay.
Telling them about the troll, not
right,
that we were here and,
Certainly.
Should we stay with the ship? People are going to come out or eventually wake up and wonder what the heck's going on.
Well, I think we should talk to Ulridon about this whole situation.
Excellent idea. Let's head to go see Ulridon.
Okay, guys, go see Ulridon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I think that's probably where we ought to end it this week. Thanks so much, everybody, for checking us out. Questions, podcast at majorspoilers.com. And until the next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2018 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.